Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Coach Ernie is going to be talking about volume nodes, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description to join the world's #1 Zero DTE trade destination. Enjoy guys.
So I really don't need anything above really 65.40, maybe 65.60. So what I can do is I can just take all that and just remove it and it will redraw. And now I've got what I think is all of the historic price action. And then the reason why I want that is I want to be able to create a volume profile that represents all the historical price action, because you should have to go all the way back as far as you can and grab all that price action because it's all significant. And that comes to my theory of market memory. It's not my theory. It was originally, until I found out that there were other very famous people that have had the same theory and have written academic papers on it. And what that really says is that historical action has impact on present day behavior because it persists. The market persists, traders persist, they all have things that they're defending there. And you can see it when price continually goes back and forth over a particular area and then still behaves the same way. In other words, if price comes down here, you're going to find that it's going to tend to avoid this black area and consolidate in this blue area. And it will do that forever, whether it's a month from now, a year, a decade from now. So that's why you want to get all of the historic volume so that you get the most mature profile that you can, because it all comes to play. Now, I suppose the reality is I could probably cut off to 66.30. I don't really need all of that, so just get rid of that. That way it's redrawing and giving me everything I need. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, I've got a lot of lines on here, so a lot of them are, I don't know what they are. They're phantom lines. TradingView has a hard time keeping track of all the lines because as I'm going across them, all the phantom lines are just going away. My general philosophy, when I mark up a volume profile, I have a color code that I use, because once I've marked it up with all the volume that I need and then I zoom in, I really no longer need the profile anymore because I've already marked it up. I can see where all of the structural levels are. But what I can't see is I can't see where the tops and bottoms of nodes are, or whether we're in the middle of a node or in the middle of a volume. So for that reason, I come up with this color schema where I make thick red lines at the top of nodes and thick green lines at the bottom of nodes. And then the crevices inside of nodes, I make them blue, and inside of volume wells, I make them yellow. So there really should be one right about here, and maybe one right there too. Yeah, right there. So I'm just filling in some of these spaces. I don't know if I should put a node right there, but it seems to be significant right on the edge here, this very tip of this guy here. All right, we'll put one there too. Do I put it on the bottom or the top? I don't think it matters. When I have two features that are very close together, I'll look at how price acted around that area. And the one that fits best, that's the one I'll put on. All right, so now that I have all my detail in there, the next step is to zoom into a trading view. It should be about 5 minutes for me. I don't really need the volume profile anymore, so I will just turn it off. And now I can see where the tops and bottoms of nodes are. Red is the top of a node, green is the bottom of a node. So here's a node, bottom of node, top of the node, top there, bottom here. And the reason why I want to see that is that that means, to me, the top of this node going into a volume well is significant, because price usually finds really good support on hitting the top or bottom of a node. When you're in a node, escaping into a volume area usually results in some kind of run, similar to what you see right here. Comes back, pulls back to test it, and then runs. So like down here, gets through it, pulls back, runs. Of course, it then got reversed and then broke through and ran up, found its way into this node, pulled back, and then started to climb it on each level, which is interesting. The vertical lines are outlining the entire day, split up into the morning, afternoon, and closing session. So morning session I have is 9:30 to 12:30, then 12:30 to 2:30, and 2:30 to 4. And the reason why I chose that instead of making them equal is because of the relative time left and the amount of decay that typically happens over that day. It's exponential. So it starts out big and then goes faster as we get closer to the day. I guess you could make an argument that I could push this out another 15 minutes to make it really exponential, but it's close enough. And I found that these lines of demarcation, these time periods, are pretty universal across many seasons. I find similar behavior in the morning versus the afternoon versus the closing session. So for example, if I were to consider a gamma scalp, regardless of the season, I'm generally going to do it in the afternoon session after 2:30. But I also recognize that in very low liquidity situations where VIX is super low, that this can extend a little bit to the left of 2:30. So maybe to 2, that I can do gamma scalps from 2 to 4. And then during high volatility, it's the other way. I have to squeeze it and usually can't get into a gamma scalp until about 3, 10 of 3. And that's really a function of the amount of premium decay that's happened in the day under those conditions. In low volatility, that premium decay has already occurred much earlier in the afternoon. And so what that leaves me with is more opportunity because now I have greater gamma in my butterflies. I have a wider window. So like in low volatility for gamma scalps, I have a window like this. And in high volatility, my window shrinks to like this.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button below. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, remember to check out the link in the description for Ernie's school community.